today we have like big things to talk about, like racial inequality and big problems like that. Like, what were some problems back then that you guys would kind of cover or speak on the Team Summit podcast back then?
So I'll give you, my take on it. Again, coming just a little bit after Stacy, when you think about the year, which was, 2000, 2001, everyone was scared of a computer bug called Y2K, right? And so how is that going to impact the, computers and the internet? We all were in fear that everything was just going to shut down, and we didn't know how we would get past that. So that was a big thing, right around that time. Let's see, other topics. It kind of, it's weird. And what I admire about, you young folks right now is that there's some issues that you guys are dealing with that we didn't really deal with in that period. It was sort of almost a kumbaya kind of time. There were no major world conflicts going on at that time, like you guys have had to go through. This is pre 9/11. Police brutality was not like the hot button topic right around that time. So it was really, looking back, a very sort of easy time. Our issues were kind of first world when I look back at them. You guys are dealing with, so much more, to be quite honest with you.
Well, as I said, I grew up in Washington, D.C. So D.C. at that time was called Dodge City. There were so many deaths taking place in DC, and it was actually very scary. I think at one point we had like 486 deaths in one year. So it was crazy. Fortunately, I never saw a dead body, and I'm not being funny, but people were dropping left and right. The other concern, which I know these are smaller concerns, but just making sure that students did finish high school and make that transition on to either college or for, vocational jobs. That was something that was big back then also. The mayor at that time was Marion Barry. He was an amazing mayor for the city of Washington, D.C. And so he had provided jobs for kids. They still call it the Mayor Barry program in Washington, D.C. now, but he was providing jobs for students, opportunities that we weren't getting all the time, especially, urban Black kids. So that was another big issue, but things were changing, like you said. I mean, it's kind of changing in Washington, D.C. It was getting better at that time. We still did have police brutality because, weed wasn't legal back then. And we were not we, because I didn't do that, but people were getting arrested for, small minor infractions, but they were getting put away for a long time. So that still was an issue back then when I was in school.